Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
We're Derps and Burps, the podcast for all gamers, spiritual souls, and creative minds out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our podcast. And the first thing, if you're watching and not only listening on Spotify, you might be wondering why Stefie looks so weird and since when she can grow a beard. This is actually Zazu, or Untalented, our friend, also from Graz. And he is our stand-in, if you will, today. Because Stefie needs to work. And it was really short-term. So we kind of made it up quick. And the most interesting person that came up for us that also I wanted to be on a podcast with is Zazu. So
really? Is that so?
Yeah, I swear.
You literally chose one of the most boring persons ever.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Everybody that knows you. Okay.
Most of the people. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much for saying yes to this. I really, really appreciate it. But guys, before I'm going to tell you, or Zazu's going to tell you who he is, what he does, if you're not usually from our community and you've never seen or heard about him, believe me, you're going to fall in love with him. He is literally one of the funniest persons, one of the nicest persons I know. And I'm sure you're going to think the same after this podcast. But
wow, she's lying, by the way.
Exactly. But before we get into it, we cannot skip our listener of the week, which this week is not going to be read by Stefie, but by Zazu. I already copy-pasted it to him. And this time it's a German comment. So excuse me for, sorry for the people that don't understand German, but it was so cute. It was from the lovely Metal Tante again. Right, Zazu?
All right, yeah. You can roughly translate it after I read it if you want to.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. So, Annalena wrote, ich hatte heute so einen Tag, wo ich mich wie ein hässlicher Blob gefühlt habe, wo ich mich am liebsten in einer Ecke versteckt hätte. Aber ihr schneidet immer Themen an, die super wichtig sind und ihr könnt Leute echt aufbauen. Ich fände es super, wenn ihr weiterhin Themen wie Sexualisierung in den Medien, Body Positivity und so weiter ansprecht.
Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate it. So for the people that don't understand, Anna basically said that she had today a day where she felt like an ugly blob, but and she would love to hide in a corner. If she could, she thinks it's super important that we always cut and talk about topics like we do, like sexualizing in the media, body positivity, and so on. So again, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Metal Tante, for always listening to our podcast. We see you. Thank you for always commenting on everything and giving us such valuable feedback. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah, and that was from our episode 16, which was the one with Litchlings, which actually just released today. Yeah, but now that we have our must-haves in the episode, right?
Right.
Zazu, do you maybe want to tell us, or I'm sorry, by the way, that I call you Zazu online?
It's fine.
He's around as Untalented, but you know, I know him as Zazu.
I had this Twitch nickname for, 11 years now, I think. And it, it's weird. It still has the same effect on me as back in the day because I'm still untalented as fuck. But still, I will never change it because so many people know me as this name, and I wanted to change it for like forever, but I never did.
Untalented,
so,
really?
Yeah,
I would never change it because like that name is so unique. You have like no like how do you say it? Like no underscores or something in the name.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
it's like that one word.
Exactly. It's one word. It's nothing like fancy, stupid looking underscore-ish something
exactly.
You need to keep
XX Slayer XX14, for example.
Yeah, or like my old name, small O, big O, emo underscore girl, big O, small O. That was me back then on
Jesus
MySpace.
Christ.
Yeah, it looked cool, when you have like small O, big O next to it. It looked like.
I know. Is that? Do you think that was only back in the day in emo days? Because as far as I remember, back in emo days, like 14 years ago, literally every 15, 16-year-old had like this weird name.
Oh yeah, or you had like double X, like small X, big X. So you have like almost like a frame around your picture.
And X, capital D, fucking RAR in it and stuff like that. I remember the RAR girls. Were you a RAR girl?
100%. Of course I was a RAR girl. RAR
really?
means I love you in dinosaur. Hell yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
RAR.
Rar XD. Exactly. But before, see, that's the thing. Zazu and me, we can just talk, right?
That's true.
So-
It all began back in the day.
Yeah, and
Back-
I think that's what we should start talking about. We should first talk about maybe who are you, where are you from, what are you doing, what are your hobbies, and then maybe get into how we got to know each other.
Well, the who are you is it's a very quick thing. I'm a no one. I'm just a guy
Shut
on the
the
internet
fuck
who
up.
play. No, I'm for real. I'm just a guy on the internet who likes to play video games, and I occasionally stream here and there. But the thing is, there's nothing more behind it. I don't, I'm just a guy, as you are a girl on the internet who just talks to people and does what she loves.
Fair.
But
Fair.
But I indeed do come from the same city as Stefie, and now that I think about it, we see each other not enough. Like me.
I
Now
feel
that
like
I
we
think
see
about
each
it-
other more often than you see Stefan.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough. The last 2 years were tough to keep the relationship with your friends intact and shit like that. So that was kind of tough. But now that I think about it, maybe we should do more with Steffi. I'm from the same town as Steffi. I'm from Graz, and I mean, there's not much behind it. I gotta be honest. There's not much behind this whole
I mean,
Untalented thing.
I mean, let me help you out a little bit. Maybe if
Fine.
people notice the way you for example read out the comment of Anna, right? It sounded pretty professional to me. Can you tell me why that
Thank
sounded
you.
so professional?
Listen, I always had a thing for voice acting and comedy in particular because when I grew up, my dad is a huge fan of Jim Carrey and Robin Williams. And when I grew up, I watched all their movies. And when I went to school, like when I was like in primary school or something, I tried to be that Jim Carrey guy in class because I wanted to be like them. I wanted to be because when you're a comedian,
Yeah.
or when you're a funny guy, people like to tend you more.
Yeah.
So I had this, but now it's kind of weird to think about it because there was just an artist side. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not the real me.
Yeah. So it's like
Because-
a character that you kind of.
Yeah, because you know me. I can be a
But can
not
I tell you
comedian.
one thing?
Yeah.
Like
no.
I love Jim Carrey, right? Like
Yeah.
it's literally one of my favorite actors, and it's so
Mhm.
funny because I actually didn't know the Jim Carrey part, but now it makes sense why I like you so much.
Right? Right? It's the thing. See, there's another thing. It's
Oh my
incredible.
God. Holy moly!
But yeah, literally the Mask was I watched that
Oh.
movie every day.
Oh,
Literally.
same. You know what I did?
Smoking.
when I was a kid, like I would always after school or like I think it was even after kindergarten, my grandma would pick me up and I would spend the afternoon at her place. And she would have like this VHS recorder and she would always record like movies on TV back then on the VHS and I would just watch them over and over. So obviously I
yeah.
had all the Disney movies, but
Mhm.
she would also like I had like 5 maybe real life movies next to Disney movies. One
Yeah.
was The Mask. 2
Yeah.
of them was Ace Ventura 1 and 2.
Goddamn.
And the fourth one, I don't remember. But anyway, I always watched The Mask and Ace Ventura. Like
Yeah.
those were
Naturally.
it was yeah, exactly, naturally. It was literally I loved it. Was it actually the right time probably for a I don't know, 8-year-old to watch Ace Ventura? Probably not. Or
Probably
The
not.
Mask. No.
But the ass speaking thing in Ace Ventura, for example, golden. I tried to do that once at school. They immediately took me to the principal. They were like, he's acting like an idiot. Please call his mom. And yeah, it's tough. But also Cameron Diaz, I think, was one of my first crushes.
Oh, yes. Oh my God. Understandable
It's-
though.
And you know who as well? Lola Bunny from Space Jam with Michael Jordan.
Ooh, yes.
Dude, Lola Bunny, I don't know what it is. She's just a goddamn animated bunny, but I love that woman so much.
Everybody
Bunny,
does.
whatever.
But wait, from which
yeah.
movie is it? You know this? There's like a real life movie with some animated parts in. It might be also Space Jam. I'm not sure. The lady in the red dress.
You mean Roger
Roger
Rabbit?
Rabbit? Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And there's
exactly.
the lady in the red dress. That one,
exactly.
that is one that burned into my brain. That was
Oh
for
yeah,
me like
still
holy.
still one of a lot of people's first big crushes
Oh,
actually.
100%.
But yeah, back on road, how we actually met. So
Hmm.
yeah, that was always that kind of side of mine that I love to make people laugh. It's a thing.
And you're good at it.
Everybody. I mean, I try. There's this thing when everybody has been in life through something, and if something bad happens to you, it kind of defines who you are. And if some guy, doesn't matter if it's on the internet or in a book or whatever, if he can just take that away from you for a second and just make you smile or crack a smile or something, that's so worth it to me. And it's beautiful. And that's why I love to do it, because it just makes it disappear for a second, It's not only for the person on the opposite of you, it's also for me,
Mm.
because obviously I have my struggles and all that stuff. So that's one thing why I love making people smile or laugh or
Oh.
whatever. And it's not always easy, because I do that. I had that persona, if you want to say so, or
Hmm.
whatever, since I was small. And obviously, it doesn't work on every person, because every person has a different humor.
Of course, yeah.
And for example, you and me, we like clicked instantly
Yeah, yeah.
because we had the same humor. We laugh about the same shit, but it doesn't work with every person like that. And now I recently thought about this. Like, I still think to this day why I couldn't make that one person laugh, or why they
Really?
don't like me. Yeah.
Who is that one person that stands out in your mind where you're like, fuck, that one, I wanted to get that person.
I remember back in the day in high school, I had that one guy, he just hated me and I didn't know why.
Hmm.
And I always, and people tell you when you're in high school, oh, that person that really, he doesn't really like, he hates you. I'm like, wow, why? What did I do to him? And then you obviously, when you go out at night or something and you meet that person randomly,
Hmm.
you try your best, but you just don't know what it is that they don't like about you. And
Yeah,
that bothered me for so long. And eventually I just gave up. I like, you never see them again after high school
yeah,
and shit
yeah.
like that. So, but still, sometimes I'm like, wow, what did that person have against me? And I
But
just do
you
not
do you know what
know.
I think it is? Like I
Hmm?
obviously I don't know the exact situation and everything, but if I think back to my school days, right? Like I think in every class there's like this one class clown,
Oh,
and
yeah.
weirdly, I went like later on like in a full girl class, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And there I was kind of the clown, right? Not
Mm.
because I had like puns and I was super funny. I just same on my like on stream now. Like I just said whatever I wanted. I was always blunt and like I burped and I farted and I said stupid shit that other girls would never say, and that just made other people like me. And I'm obviously super clumsy and goofy, so I kind of
Yeah.
became that, right? So for me, what I kind of realized later, like also not in the moment when I was in school or something, or
Yeah.
also if I look in like other schools, where we were still with the boys and you had like those class clowns, I feel like it's often that the people obviously, like if you're funny, you're popular in class, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously not everybody, but most of the people like you because you're just fun to be around. And
Yeah.
then there are those people that just get pissed at you
Oh,
for
yeah.
they just don't like you because everybody likes you and they cannot be you.
Maybe that makes sense. Now it comes all together,
Don't you
after you
feel
said
like
this.
that might be it? That
That
he's just
might
like, why does everybody likes this idiot? I hate that everybody likes him, so I don't like him just for the
maybe
sake of
that's the
not liking
thing.
him.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I
But
don't know, but I feel like
I
that's
mean,
most of the time.
it sounds the most reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. But the thing is,
Oh, he's so
I
annoying. He's so annoying. Why does everybody like him? I don't get
I
it.
know, right?
And it's just
so popular.
yeah, exactly.
Why am I not that popular?
Exactly.
It sounds kind of weird, but
Same as on
I don't
Twitch.
I don't want to. It sounds weird, but I felt like back in the day, like 10 years ago, it was so important to me to be like, that liked person and
Mm.
that fame around the school person for being an idiot and a jester. But nowadays, it's when I look back, I'm like, man, I was kind of weird, man. I'm
We
not
all
gonna lie.
were. Don't,
Yeah,
don't
I
worry.
mean, to this day, it's still like kind of stuck with me because I never was like ashamed or something if people laughed at me because at least they laughed, you know. I
Yeah.
I wasn't I never was ashamed to do something stupid or goofy or something that looked, I don't know, that looked embarrassing or something because
Mm.
I was there for the entertainment, man.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
of
that
course.
was like my class, you know. I was learning 4 years how do I do stand up in school, dude.
But that's awesome. Like,
Yeah, it is. It is.
like, but as you say again, like all the stupid shit that we did, um,
Yeah.
like I think no matter if you were like the funny kid in school or like this the kid that nobody liked, or you were the super popular arrogant person or the sporty guy
Yeah.
that won
You know all the
everything,
groups.
you know, like whatever it was. Like I think it really doesn't matter if you
Mhm.
look at it back like 20 30 years 20 years later or 10 years later, you feel like, oh my god, I was such an idiot, you know. Like I think
Yeah.
everybody has that, so I wouldn't really worry about it. And the way I think about it, even, you know, even on Twitch, like the whole thing with like being the funny guy that the
Oh yeah.
majority of people like and think you're funny to be around or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
There
You
will
don't know what's
always,
behind it.
yeah, exactly. Like first of all, as you said, like it's a way of you trying to make other people happy, but also giving yourself some, how do you say it, like make yourself feel good for
Yeah.
making other people feel good, if that makes sense.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's kind
To
of,
satisfy yourself.
exactly. So it's kind of what is it called, if you don't have boundaries, fuck, I forgot it again. You know, when you have an
Tell it,
unhealthy
lady.
relationship with people, like when you always, when somebody takes more from the other people than, and the other way around. Fuck, I had
I know. Listen, lady.
I
It's
forgot
on the
it.
tip of my tongue.
Same. I was talking about this the other day on a podcast, and I had the same thing. I don't remember.
It's fine. We
Uh,
all know what you mean, though. We know what you mean.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Okay. But I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean.
The thing is though, yeah, as you said, people don't know what's really going on behind this person. I mean, you know, people expect like streamers to be exactly how they are on stream in real life.
Yeah.
And that is so weird to think about. And people, you know, oh my god, I feel like he's my friend. You know, I bet you had parasocial
Yeah, of course. Of
relationships and
course.
stuff like that. So it is, but to come back to it all now
Mhm.
that we're here again, we met online as well, but I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
know who
true.
you were. So
Oh, I didn't like you in the beginning at all. Oh
I
fuck,
know
I really didn't like you.
you
I don't
were
know
a
why though.
dork. That
Dude,
was
I
that
don't
was
know.
tough.
I don't even know why. Like, was it that I first met you in stream and then we pracked against each other,
No,
or
no,
did
no.
we
We
prack and
pranked
then?
first. So okay,
Okay,
listen,
okay.
listeners and watchers, listen. This is how me and Julia met. Okay, one day I was playing in a Counter-Strike team, and we practiced one evening. And my captain says, "Okay, he has a prac team," and we joined the server, and it's Julia's team, and I didn't know who Julia is at all at that point. So we just pracked, you know, and my nickname
Counter Strike
was
back then. We
Counter-Strike.
played video
Yes,
games against each other.
exactly. And my nickname in game was Zazu.
Oh yeah,
and
true.
and I remember this very specifically. You wrote like 16 times ha ha ha. I call my boyfriend Zazu, and I just thought, wow, I don't give a shit. And
Perfect way to get
perfect
into.
way, yeah. And then one of my team said, this is MissRage, and I'm like, who the hell is MissRage? And then the next day I was on Twitch because I was on Twitch way early before I met Julia, and I found her stream, and then I watched her, and she was playing Counter-Strike back then. So
Hmm.
I typed in chat, "Hey, we pracked yesterday against each other." I'm like that cringe guy who comes in chat, "Hey, we played yesterday against each other."
Hey, I smashed you in practice. You fucking suck.
Yeah, you can't play Overpass, dude.
Your excuse really ass.
Exactly. And yeah, stayed there. I chatted a little bit, and I felt like no one liked me there at all whatsoever.
Uh,
But you did add me, and you asked me if I want to hop in because you needed a fifth.
exactly, because I thought you were good back then.
Listen,
I'm
I
gonna be
was good back
100%
then.
honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Like I was back in the day, I was super try hard. You know it. Like I was like,
You
oh,
still
yeah,
are.
but not
You're
the
trying more to hide it. I'll give you that, okay?
Yes, I'm trying to
Yeah.
not be as obvious. Let's say it that way. But back then, I was playing professional in the all-female Counter-Strike team and wanted to be the very best, you know.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. Ash. They called me Ash. No, obviously I sucked ass.
called me
I was.
ass. Yeah.
They called me Stacy. They called me. It's not my name. Okay, sorry. Spacing out. ADHD hitting hard. The monster's fucking kicking.
By the way, official sponsor.
Yeah, and what was I saying? Yeah, exactly. And I was like always searching for good people to play with, and I remember that when we played against each other, your team was pretty decent. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna add this dude. You know, maybe he's good, and we can win some games together, right? Turns out we were both like.
Little did she know, Chad.
Little did we know that we were
That
both
Julia
ass.
sucked ass. What?
What? Who said that? Oh, I
yeah, of
have
course.
two puppies next to me. Oh, whoa. Oh. Boom. That was, by the
girl.
way, my new puppy. I have the golden retriever now, by the way. I can tell you the story later if you want.
She received the golden.
We got the golden. The güldene Zurückbringer. I heard that so many times for the Germans. Anyway, so I thought, yeah, he might carry me. Little did I know that we both were hard stuck level 2 and Faceit.
Hey, I want to defend myself here, okay? I just want to say I was a level 9 until I started to play with Julia.
Listen, I was level 7 when I started playing with you, and look at us now. How many years later?
We dragged each other down
Dude, we're
like two
both level 1
sandbags
now.
in the ocean.
Yes, we did.
There is no escape from level 1.
Yep. And then
But-
I remember we started playing, and then I was like, I think you were a little bit shy in the beginning, right?
I didn't talk at all. Like,
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, and it pissed me the fuck off. I remember I was playing with you, and I was like, dude, that guy never calls anything. He has the worst communication. And then there was a time where I was so pissed because you were not talking that I tried to start dodging you, you know, to whenever you hear like, hey, I can play. I was like, yeah, does anybody else want to play, you know? But I don't even remember.
This hits home.
Yeah, but it was. I'm gonna be honest here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's fine,
I'm not
hit
gonna
me.
lie.
It's
And
fine.
then at one point, I think you invited, because we needed more people. Like I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna play with you. And I think you invited a friend of you into the group. I don't remember who it was. Was it Alex? Maybe.
Alex? It could be,
Hakafu?
yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Or a different Alex. I think
A
it was an
different
Alex. Yeah, I think it was an Alex.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but or whatever name that person had. And I remember, because it was your friend, you were a little bit more open and you were joking around and had a lot of fun with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, who's that guy? He's actually really fun to be around. And I remember like, holy shit, I thought he was a fucking idiot that didn't talk, and just like, I was like, I don't even know why he wants to be around, you know, if he doesn't even talk. And then
Well,
when
you
I
were
saw
right at one point. I was an idiot. Exactly.
But yeah, and then when I saw like the funny side of you, and you kind of like started the like, you know, being less shy, I was like, holy shit, that dude is so funny. And ever since, I think you're one of my best friends, or at least I feel like you're one of my best friends.
Of course.
How about that? Yeah, sure.
No, same. Likewise.
No, but really, like,
appreciate it.
I think from my really inner circle, I think you're really one of my closest friends. Like, even
Wow. Oh my god, it's finally happened. I'm calling my mom really quick.
Mom!
She said it. No, but you know what?
But for real.
I get you. I get what you mean, because we had like this. I feel like if we didn't meet each other online and just met randomly somewhere,
Yeah.
we would also have clicked, you know,
Yeah,
as
for sure.
friends. We have like these same aspects, and we grew up both as emos, and we listen to the same music and
We
all that
both
stuff. We like,
Jim Carrey.
and we have this weird humor that's on the same level somehow, and we didn't kill each other yet, so you know, it's in
I
a
feel
video
like-
game.
Exactly. I feel like we have like this weird how do you say it? Like brother sister kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where at one point we have like the most fun with each other, and then one
Mhm,
second
mhm.
later, like we kind of like make so much fun of each other till it kind of escalates and we get really
yeah.
mean.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
we hate each other, and then
yeah.
the next day we act
Oh,
like nothing happened.
Oops. Oh yeah, exactly. You know what's weird is though, did you, because we're talking about this, I just realized, did you have that in the back in the day as well? Maybe some people who are listening can relate to that too. If you had as a female or as a male, the opposite side best friend
Mhm.
or the opposite gender, the best friend, people were really weird. Like they're like, oh my god, they're dating. They
Yeah,
have to
exactly.
be dating.
They love it. They love each other.
I bet when they're alone somewhere, they're making out
Exactly.
behind that house. You know what that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
That was.
100%.
Did you have that as well back in the day?
Yeah,
Did you have like that
100%.
one male friend, and everybody was like, oh, they're 100% together.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
no way they're not
100%.
dating.
And like you're one with that person, you're like, dude, that is literally like my brother. If I would kiss him, I would literally throw up and have to brush my teeth.
Okay.
You-
Okay.
sorry, no offense. No, not
Wow.
like this. But I feel like that has also a lot to do with age, because I feel like when I was younger, I was the same. Like I didn't really want my boyfriend to have female close friends, if that makes sense. Or
Julia is jealous. Got that. Write that down, Jess.
so I feel like it has a lot to do with jealousy and also self-esteem and maturity. Now I don't really mind it. I mean, then again, like I'm a streamer and I'm a girl and I play literally all day with the guys. So
Yeah.
yeah,
that is a whole different topic.
Yeah,
which we
100%.
could touch upon, but I feel like we're not. We shouldn't. Talk
But do you
about
feel
this.
like that was for you the older you got, that changed for you as well, or was it not that way at all? Anyway.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I was a loser back in the day. I sat 16 hours in my room and I played WoW. When I saw a female, I was like, "What is this?" So it was very hard for me to get like out and meet girls and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
know?
but if you went out, it was easy for you to connect with girls, no?
Yeah, because as that
funny?
stand-up comedy school thing was really good. Ladies seem to like me.
funny guys.
They
That's
like funny
100
guys.
Also, you're
It
handsome
is,
as
yeah.
well, so we can.
Fine, I'll take it. I
So-
appreciate it. Still, but I realized fast. Wow, ladies do like funny guys.
It's
And
true,
there's
right?
this- there is this saying. I don't know if you know that saying. If he can make your girl laugh, beware. Do you know that?
I've never heard that, but it makes sense.
That was back in the day like a thing. If another guy can make your girlfriend laugh, be careful.
Oh shit, it's true though.
And
No, I
it is
just
kinda
thought
true.
I just thought about it. It's actually really true, because
You think so?
yeah. But you know what's kind of fucked up?
Mm.
I never had a funny boyfriend.
Nate was funny.
I mean, yeah, okay. Nathan is
Nathan
really
is funny
dry,
on his own.
sarcastic, funny.
I get
right?
that. Yeah.
But I never had like a outgoing, goofy, full up Jim Carrey type of boyfriend, which is weird because I really think that's a really, really attractive trait in a man when they can make you laugh.
Maybe you needed like the opposite of you because you were the goofy Jim Carrey kind of person.
Yeah,
you needed
maybe-
the opposite. Maybe you wanted it to be in the relationship. You know?
Yeah, maybe I want to be that person. But see, the thing is, for me, I don't feel like I'm funny. Like I feel like I'm clumsy and like
I think you're
so
funny.
lost sometimes that it's a different kind of funny. Like I'm not the person that tells a joke or is great with puns or whatever.
You speak with actions.
I'm a Körperklaus. I'm just
Exactly.
yeah, exactly. I'm a physical comedian. If
Can I
that
ask you
if that's
something?
it. Of course.
Because you're an entertainer, obviously,
Mhm.
and you have to have this. There is no way. You probably have days where you're like sitting at home and you're like, I don't feel funny at all today. How should I entertain people?
Oh, I never
is it?
feel funny.
You never feel funny?
No. Mm-mm.
There is no way.
No. I
How?
swear to God, like whenever, I tell like my dad jokes or
Yeah.
whatever, make people laugh about how clumsy I am or stupid or like my dyslexia that is striking like in every 5 seconds. That kind of stuff. Like I feel like I'm on real talk now. I'm sitting here so often and I'm thinking like, how are 100 to 200 people coming every single day in my stream? Like, what is it? Like, I'm often thinking, is it the community that I built that they're so like interlocked into each other that they come back? Because in my brain, I'm like, dude, I'm old. I suck at video games. I never
to have. I'm old.
I never read chat. Okay, if I read it, I misread literally everything.
There you have it. That's funny.
like,
I'm
like
laughing.
literally,
That's funny.
like literally, when somebody tells me, like, I'm like, "How are you doing?" And they say, "Oh, it's not that bad." I'm gonna read it. It's like, "Oh, you're doing bad. What happened?" You know, that's
See,
like,
there you go. And people don't realize you don't do that on purpose. Like it's just you. And I sometimes when I sit at home, you know, and I watch your stream and I read a chat message and I'm like, okay, that's the chat message, and you read it and you completely misread it. And I don't know if I should cry or laugh in front of my PC. That's horrible. But on the other side, I love when you misread things because I'm like, oh man, she is so she
maybe
is so
it's a
hurt.
car crash. You know, maybe it's just like you can't just look away. It's just like you can't believe
that
there-
has to be it.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's the secret.
Horrible.
Oh,
No,
man.
but my original answer was, if you don't feel like you could entertain someone, what is because obviously entertainers need entertainment as well, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We need to refresh our minds. What is something funny that you would watch to make you go into the mood of like, oh my god, I could entertain now for 2 hours easily.
Two things. First, soda popping. See, soda is the best example for me for somebody
Yeah.
being funny without
Yeah.
wanting to be funny.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
you know, he's just being unapologetically himself. And I don't want to compare myself with soda, right? Like,
Yeah.
worlds in between us. Like, no thing. But I think that is kind of the thing. When you just don't filter yourself
Mhm.
in a way that the normal society would expect you to filter yourself.
Yeah.
If you remove this filter from you and you're just fully show every single facet of your life, no matter if it's embarrassing, if it makes you look fucking stupid or ugly or disgusting or whatever it is, that is something that people really attract. So that is first thing. Soda, he always makes me laugh. Like, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch like 4 videos of soda and my day is perfect again. Or the second thing is actually really something like Jim Carrey.
I like that.
Yeah.
Some actor, some movies, something that brings you up again.
Or like now, if we talk about like current things, you just watch like the compilations of Johnny Depp being brutal savage in court.
He's this is that's been wild. I've been following that a lot actually. I've been watching hours upon hours of that
Same.
fucking trial. It's actually insane. But
Dude, I've
you
never
know,
seen an actor as bad as Amber.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be completely honest here, okay? That trial, as bad as it is for them because they have to relive that dark time in their lives and everything that has been the best entertainment I've had in years.
Same.
I'm not gonna lie. It has been I'm like, oh my god, is it 4 p.m. already? I gotta watch it, dude. What's gonna happen today? It's incredible. Season finale next week and stuff like. It's actually insane. But it's I know what you mean by watching Jim Carrey or something like that. I like to go back, or actually, I don't like to go back because for me, it's Lyric. You know, for me,
Yeah.
Lyric has been the biggest inspiration probably ever. I watched that guy more than a third of my life, and it has
crazy.
been. It's actually, you know, I don't like the word influencer, but I have been influenced, and it's been tough. You know.
Oh, I've seen your closet. You don't say.
Yeah, it's most of it. It's band shirts and Lyric shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But the stuff is great.
That's something I like to go to. You know, I there is no way I could ever thank him enough for how much entertainment and joy he has brought to me and stuff like that. And I feel that it's Soda for you because, as you said,
Yeah.
Soda, he does have something of you, absolutely.
I mean, the thing is with like they're two completely different people, right? So like Lyric is a real entertainer for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has it in his blood. He's funny. He has the puns. He has the interaction. He has like the intellect as well. He's also really unfiltered, so he just says whatever the fuck he wants, right?
Oh yeah.
So he's like the perfect mix, and I think, as you said it, like he has like the perfect mix for being especially a great streamer, because there's like a big difference of, let's say you're a stand-up comedian and you have to be funny for 5 minutes, where you're like a YouTuber where you cut like a highlight reel of yourself a few minutes together, or be somebody like Lyric where you sit there for like 12 hours straight, and it doesn't matter at which point you turn into his stream, you gonna fucking laugh within 1 minute, like guaranteed. There's no
Still.
yeah. And after how many years, especially
11
right?
or something. That's insane.
It's crazy. Like he's literally chef's kiss. I think the best all over.
Hands down. For me, he's
nobody
always
that
gonna be
compares.
it. Yeah.
I 100%
tough.
agree.
I mean, I'm watching him almost as long as I'm in the relationship with my girlfriend,
with
fiance,
Nita.
whatever.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
That's tough. Yeah.
So you're basically in a relationship with Lyric
I
as
am
well.
basically in a relationship with Lyric.
Wait, how many
on my
months?
side, he doesn't know.
He doesn't know yet. Wait, for how long are you subbed? Do you know?
I am subbed.
You get your money back yet? Isn't there something
No,
like
not
when you
yet,
sub
not
like
yet.
10 years or something?
I think
you
I'm
get
on
money back?
95 months.
Damn.
But I watched, like, I didn't sub for like 2 years or something because I had no like payment that I could do to sub to him because I didn't work. And I also didn't have PayPal back in the day, no credit card, nothing like that. And you know, all that other stuff that came like way later.
Yeah.
The other payment stuff. You know, you've been
Yeah, of
around here
course,
for a fuck ton. So once they introduced that you can pay from your phone, so it goes on your phone bill, that's when I started subbing.
Oh.
Because I didn't have PayPal or a credit card. So yeah. But yeah, I've been I think it's 10 years since I'm watching him, for example. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Oh,
It's
by the
tough.
way, I wrote something down. Okay, I'm just gonna start firing like some random questions
Oh,
in
you
here.
rapid fire questions?
Rapid fire questions. I hope you're ready for this. So for the people that don't know or don't follow me on Instagram, what the fuck are you doing? Follow me on Instagram, because every now and then I ask you funny questions, or ask you questions that I implement in any kind of content. So for today, I posted a picture of Zazu in my hot tub with showing his feet. Free
One of my
feet
best
content.
works.
It is beautiful. It is like a reenactment of our lovely Witcher, Gerald, right? So let's see.
Exactly.
The people wanted to know just a few questions, right? So the first one that kind of stood out for me, that is really important for people that don't know, Zazu has something special in his stream and in his community, which is the Pizza Friday. Every Friday.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
There's
Pizza.
pizza.
Listen to
You
me,
eat
guys.
2 pizzas every Friday, right?
I will tell you something right now, lady, okay? Literally 20 minutes before I wrote you I am ready, I ate a pizza. I am not even kidding. I ate a beautiful pizza
Awesome.
today.
So the question is, okay, I'm not going to reveal names. We're going to keep them anonymous, right?
Hit me.
What is the best topping for Pizza Friday on your pizza?
Okay, listen, guys. Before we start, okay? First of all, I'm vegetarian, okay? So bear with me if my choices don't meet your taste or something like that. But here it is. First of all, you need something very, very important and beautiful that belongs on a pizza. I don't want to hear anything else. If you write down in the comments that this doesn't belong on a pizza, you're banned, okay? I know who you are. I'm going to get you. But the first thing is mushrooms. Mushrooms are delicious. They are S tier, okay? S tier pizza topping by far. Next to the beautiful mushroom on the pizza is lying a sweet piece of corn. Corn is essential at this point to a pizza, okay? It's almost as important as the cheese. So, which is my next thing? if I have the opportunity, I put on extra cheese on the pizza. That's
Understandable.
fine. So first of all, you got to put on the cheese, then the mushrooms, then the corn, then it's not always, but I do like here and there some onions, red onions preferably on the pizza. It has that crunch to it. Same with the corn.
It's the consistency, right?
Oh yeah. So you have the mushy mushrooms that are very tasty. Then you have the cracky corn, and then the onion for the maximum crunch. And you top that with more cheese, and there you have it. Your perfect pizza for Pizza Friday.
That sounds
no
amazing.
olives. No olives.
Fuck
Olives are disgusting.
Honestly, yes.
Olives
Fuck olives.
belong only to one place. It's the bin. It's the fucking
garbage bin. Garbanzo.
But
Can I have your opinion on artichokes on pizza? I really like artichokes on pizza.
Nita tried it last year or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There are points in your life where it tastes good, but most of the time it was eh.
You know what the problem is? The way they chop it. It's depending.
Exactly.
I only like it in a certain size. And the way it's cut. Because if just like half an artichoke.
Said, by the way.
True. Okay. Another question, Zazu. Best way to eat an Oreo cookie?
The best way to eat an Oreo cookie? Wow, I need a moment for this, I think, because
are you like
obviously,
a twister? Are you just a biter? Are you?
Back in the day, I was a twister. I twisted it a lot. The cookie, I mean. But I think I'm more of a two-biter.
Two-biter?
Yeah, I'm a two-biter.
Okay.
I'm Tomb Raider. That almost sounded like Tomb Raider. No, but I'm a two-biter. I like to taste it first, and then I'm like, oh my god, this is good. I want to have one more, and then I eat the whole thing.
Fair.
Back in the day, I would have said twist it or take the whole thing in my mouth.
Okay, one question extra for me. Have you ever tried the thin Oreos? The thins? I don't know. We don't have them often.
I didn't.
Oh my god, Mia brought them from America. They're amazing. It has like a thinner cookie, so it's like super.
But still the same filling?
Yes.
Ooh, that sounds good, actually.
Yeah, because you can eat more of those, because like the cookie itself is really heavy. So you can eat like a shit ton of those.
If there would be a possibility that I buy a tub only with Oreos filling, I would do it. And don't say the ice cream. Don't say Oreo ice cream. It's not the same.
I'm sure in America you must be able to buy that. To be honest, they have everything.
You know what I did back in the day in McDonald's? I bought Big Mac sauce.
Oh, in a cup, right?
Yeah.
Was it you that told me that, or was it a friend of mine that did the same? I'm not sure, but I heard that before.
I think I didn't tell you.
Yeah, that was a friend of mine.
To many people.
Yeah, I know somebody that did that as well. I went there and got like a 500 milliliter.
Dude,
Big
back
Mac
in the day,
sauce.
I ate like 3 Big Macs a day. It was not healthy.
Okay, I have one more question. I'm gonna give you a hint of who it is. It's somebody with Mentos. Okay.
Oh.
Mentos man asks, why so sexy?
God damn. Well, after I met you, I was like, shit, I need to step up my game, dude. There's some hot guys out here. There's
Perfect.
your answer.
And then we have 2 more questions regarding your feet and legs. One question was, can he not spread his legs this far, please?
Yes, I can actually, but
you won't.
But I won't. But I won't. Can you do a split, Julia?
No, but who can? Sabrina. Subs.
Really?
Silverfox, yeah. We're doing our workouts usually on Mondays, and she does dancing, and she's super flexible, and she just trained to get like not like the bitch split, but like the real
oh shit,
the real thing. Yeah, she just did it. Like when she is like stretching, she like puts like those those rubber bands that you train your booty with, those.
Oh yeah, I know those.
On her foot.
I've seen some horrible videos about them.
And she does it like with the band. Like, don't ask me how she does that, but yeah. No, I can't. to answer your question.
Okay.
Also, a lot of people want to see your feet on OnlyFans. They would sell it. They say you have nice soles.
I am curious. Are there? Maybe you
Yes.
can answer that. Okay, maybe you
Yes.
heard it somewhere. Do you think that there is men or women that are attracted to hobbit feet?
Oh,
Because you've seen my
100%.
feet. You've seen my feet.
Listen, there is a demand for every type of feet. And I also heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's also heterosexual men that are attracted to just the feet of other men. Like they wouldn't have like intercourse with, like, I don't know, maybe
I
that's just
get,
a few.
yeah.
Yes, but
No,
just putting
thank
it
you.
out there. Thank you, no thank you.
Thank you, but no thank you.
Then I have two other questions that are a little bit more like serious. So the first one was from somebody knows that you do the voice acting, right?
Okay.
That person asked, first of all, how is life? And second, how is the voice acting going? And if you have anything planned in this direction.
Life's okay. You know, it's been some wild 2 years. I'm gonna be honest, because it was kind of an eye opener. When you're the whole time at home and you're thinking like, damn, what's next? You know, that's always my question. What's next?
Mhm.
Because I feel like in my current state of life,
Mhm.
I am not very happy in it. I would like to have another job that's fun to me,
Mhm.
which leads to the voice acting thing. But yeah, that is I'm thinking like currently, how can I transfer my current situation into a more situation that I would prefer?
Mhm.
Like going, for example, to voice acting. Voice acting is it's very similar to streaming actually. A
Mhm.
lot of people do it, but only if you can make it. And you have to have something. It's exactly like streaming if you think about it, because you have to have something unique going on. And yeah, it's like in the streaming world. Not everybody does it somehow, but no one really. There's such a small, microscopical, small chance that you actually make it a living out of it.
Mhm.
Um, but maybe there are more opportunities in voice acting than in streaming. But yeah, it's you know.
Can I just throw something in? If there's anybody here listening that has anything to do with radio, voicing, something, if you need anything, we're gonna, at the end of this episode on YouTube, we're gonna link down all of the social medias from Zazu and maybe also an email address. So if they want, they can contact you, right?
God
Also-
damn.
Also, something that just came to mind, Zazu, just when we started. So first of all, you're really good in like flowing in conversations, right?
Thank
Obviously, you have a really nice voice. You can read out nice stuff.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. I was thinking, why are you not doing a podcast? Honestly, like I just thought about it while I listened to you talking, right?
Yeah.
Like I've never really heard you talk about serious stuff because most of the time on stream, you know, or when
I'm
we're
goofy,
playing together,
yeah.
you're goofy ass. And that is, I
Exactly.
feel like one of the first times, maybe beside of like when we were in creation and stuff, where we're actually having an adult conversation if you want.
Yeah.
And I think I would personally, doesn't matter if I would know you or not, I would love to listen to you talk just in podcasts or even like Marmelade Oma, just read out bedtime stories. Have you thought about like doing something like that you dedicate
you know what
like yeah?
Huh? Not
Like,
finished, I thought.
once a week, like dedicate 2 hours in the evening instead of like, I don't know, playing Path of Exile or something. And just reading something, making a YouTube video, or just recording a podcast, because I would love to listen to a podcast of you.
Okay, there's a lot. But I'm gonna try to answer that as good as I can. The thing is, I would love to do something like that, right? And I also try to stream as much as I can, but there's, I mean, you know this. You do this full time.
Mhm.
There is some days you just have where you're just like, I just can't today. I mean,
Yeah.
I rarely saw you took a day off because you didn't feel it, you know? Rarely. It almost never happened with you,
Yeah.
actually, I feel like. But for me, it's really tough because when you work 9 hours, you
Yeah,
come
of
home,
course.
you eat, and I'm like, oh my God, do I have the power to sit now 3 to 4 hours to the PC to entertain some people, even though I am dead inside. I would like to just be the gamer and not the entertainer, because I feel like I am more a gamer than an entertainer. Even though I would like to have it both at the same time.
It's easier if you don't have to work 9 hours before that, right?
Exactly. If I would have a day off, I could easily spend 10 hours on a stream. Like when Elden Ring came out and I streamed it the first day, time flew by so fast. I suddenly had a 10-hour stream. And I'm like, what the hell happened? I could do this for another 10. But that's the main issue for me, because I have so limited free time, that I have so much going on in my life outside of this, that I need to invest my energy to. Like, for example, when you have a girlfriend, when you want to keep a healthy relationship with your friends, when you just wanna game, because that's the first thing that I am first the gamer. I could stream everything. Why don't you stream everything that you game? Well, maybe I don't want to. Maybe I just want to enjoy myself,
And you have high standards for yourself, I think, for your
that's
stream.
the next. Exactly. I don't know why. At this point, I'm like, fuck it, just do it. Who gives a shit?
Honestly, I have to say, as my point of view as an entertainer, right? I often have it, like, don't get me wrong, obviously, if you have, like, a tough day, it doesn't mean, like, every time just force yourself to do it anyway. But I had it so often where I obviously have just this, where I'm sitting there about to press start, and I'm like, dude, I'm really not feeling it today, but you know what? I'm just gonna do it. And sometimes, and where I'm like, okay, but you know what? I don't feel like playing Valorant today. I don't feel like playing League. I'm just gonna sit down, and like the other day, I downloaded WoW again, and I played WoW, because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stream because I said I'm gonna stream, but I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and I want to play WoW. I'm just gonna sit there, talk to nobody, and just enjoy World of Warcraft. That was literally one of the best streams I had in so long. Like, viewer-wise, the people had fun. I had fun. So what I want to say is, like, often when we try to be so hard on ourselves and like, oh my God, you know what? I'm not sure if I can entertain people, if it's gonna be a fun stream. And sometimes those days turn out to be the greatest. But what I wanted to say for you, like, I totally get the thing, we're like, oh yeah, streaming like 4 or 5 hours or 3 or 4 hours after stream. But what if you really do that instead of doing the streaming, right? Like, again, I think a podcast, especially like with your voice, then you first of all have something. Dude, do you know how many people are out there? So first of all, I would be here to talk with you whenever you want. Like, you know me, like, I can talk nonstop. I don't give a fuck if I have 14 podcasts. I know that you can talk nonstop.
I know. That's why I wasn't surprised when you did a podcast. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. She can finally do what she does best. Talk.
Exactly. No, but seriously, like, I could imagine you, like, let's say every time there's a new Path of Exile season or whatever coming out, just grab Nasu or I don't know, grab one of your friends that you play with and just nerd off for 1 hour about how great this new season is gonna be, or how garbanzo you think it's gonna be when you read the patch notes.
You know what the problem is with that? And that might sound very stupid, but that's how I think. When I hear a suggestion like that, the first thing that I thought was, there is something already out there that is better than I can do it.
Listen, shut the fuck up.
I know.
You fucking idiot.
But I know. Why would someone release a movie after Lord of the Rings because it's the best that ever has been? I know, chat.
Exactly.
I wanted to say chat. There isn't even a chat. That's how horrible it is. Oh my God, dude. I already feel the
You streamer.
I know it's no, but you know what I mean? I'm like, what? I would have to think about something that would make it better than the other one immediately.
No. Listen. That's the wrong mindset. It is totally fine. We're all sponges. We all enjoy different content. Take things that we like from them, make it our own, give it their own twist, and like merge together. I don't know, Jim Carrey, Lyric, and I don't know, soda popping into one person. All of a sudden, like, you have fucking, what's it called, imposter syndrome, because you think, oh, I'm not even my own person because I just yoinked everything from other persons, and now people like me for not even being myself. Basically, also me. and I know you're probably the same, because I'm literally this. Like, I'm a mix of my friends and my favorite streamers, and I feel like, fuck, people just like me from the things that I yoink from other people. But the thing is, everybody does it. Everybody is the same. We're all a sum and a product from the people that are around us, right? And if you would run around and be like, oh yeah, I should not make, I don't know, cook at home a pizza because I know that there's people that can make better pizzas than me, or maybe I should never have a child because there's already me and I'm the perfect child, so I will already disappoint no matter what. Like, if you like, you know, for whatever.
I get your point of view. Yeah, I get your point of view, but that's the inner entertainer in me. You know, as you said like earlier. You know how many times I've sit here and looked at the star, but you know how many times I have been sitting here, and the moment I turn on my camera and I opened OBS, I was like, today's not the day, and closed it again, turned the camera off, and I'm like, next day it will be. And then next day I turn on the camera, I turn on OBS, I'm like, today's not the day. And literally that happened for a month right now. Like the last month I didn't stream because I was like, there is no possible way that I can do this. But then, you know, you have days where you just press start and then something beautiful happens. Like, for example, you remember when I played 12 minutes and then suddenly boom, front page.
Yeah.
That was a day, exactly a day like that. I was like, oh my god, dude. And then boom, front page. I'm like, oh shit, there's 6,000 people watching. What do I do? And I can't express to you how incredible that felt. Because I was like, oh my god, there's people watching. Even though they're forced to.
But see, that's gonna be it. But that's the exact thing. See, I'm always so sad whenever, like, no matter if it is now that you don't stream for a month, right? Like, I obviously see that and I'm thinking like, oh my god, what a fucking waste. Like, it doesn't help if I just come up to you and be like, fucking Zazu, stop being a little bitch and just hit that start button, you fucking idiot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's what you need. I don't know, but I also don't want to pressure you. But for me, from the outside, and also probably from a lot of people from the community, girlfriend, family, friends, whatever it is, right? They look at you, they see the incredible talent you have, even though your name is Untalented. But
that's the pun.
That's a pun. There we go. There we go. Now, but and they know your potential, and that's what I see in you every single time. I see so much potential, and
Listen,
I know if you would
crawling
just
up my asshole,
shut
lady.
the
Holy
fuck up. It's just the truth. Seriously, like, I would love you just to fucking, you know, even if you say like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate each week 1 or 2 hours to something that makes me go further. If it's like just sitting down with Nasu or whoever and just recording a conversation where, you know, so many great people, it doesn't matter who it is that you choose, and you just, I don't know, make a podcast every time with another guest, think about a concept, make a nerd talk, or as I say, read stuff out, or when you voice your Lord of the Rings things, you know what I mean? Like,
you're Lord of the Rings things. You sound like a mom.
I'm a mom
to a kid.
Yeah, you know your Lord of the Rings.
You play your Lord of the Rings things thing again. Oh my god, son. Mom, I really love it.
Exactly that. No, but you know what I mean? Just,
I
if
know
you don't
what you
feel
mean.
like streaming for 4 hours, record a fucking podcast for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be an hour.
I will.
You know? And then just put it out.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, I don't want to hear it anymore. Give me the next question.
I'm sorry.
goddammit.
Okay.
But
So,
I appreciate it. Later.
don't worry about it. But guys, tell him please how awesome he is, and that he should start doing it. Then the next question was just actually a nice one that is leading into good things. So we were talking earlier already about how hard it was with COVID and with the whole like sitting home, not being able to see friends and family.
Yeah.
Then home office, going back to work. You know, not really knowing what to do next. Yada yada yada. How are you handling the whole situation? Like, did COVID like impact you like mental health wise? How are you doing now? Like what?
I think obviously it's been horrible. I don't know how it's.
Yeah.
First of all, okay, I'm gonna give you my honest shot here. Okay. In the beginning, I was like, wow, I kind of wish it would stay like this. I honestly thought, wow, I kind of like this. I can work from home. I don't have to do my relationships with my friends. I don't have to do forced stuff that I want to do to go out. I just can play video games and all that. I don't know, but then I think it was actually this year. It kind of started to kick in really, really hard. Like
Okay.
I was like, I felt like I felt like I didn't leave my home for 2 years straight. And
Mm,
every time I went outside, I was like, I don't want to go outside. I want to go back in. And when I went back in, I was like, I don't want to be in this room anymore. You know? It's kind of
mm,
weird.
yeah.
And it was really weird. It was a good opportunity to do things, I feel like, because you have more time for yourself. But at the same time, it isn't also really good. I mean, we for a relationship, that's what I'm going to say.
Mm,
Because when you're always glued together, let's take
mm,
you and Nathan for example.
yeah. Yeah.
Nathan traveled a fuck ton.
Mm.
You were so much alone at home. I think for you it must have probably been nice to have him around all the time,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. For us, I'm gonna be honest, I was terrified. I was like, holy shit, we're in a relationship for when did it start? Like when we were together for 6 years or something, now we're at 8. And I was
Hmm.
like, oh shit, we've never really like, he's been here 2 weeks, gone 2 weeks, and the
Yeah.
longest we've all ever been together was like maybe 2 months or like 1.5 maximum, right? So
Mm.
and then being 2 years together every single day, I was like, oh fuck. If our relationship survives this, like we're
Yeah.
gonna survive everything. So,
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I was
That's what
really,
I thought.
I was really worried though, and I have to say, in retrospect, it was literally the best thing that could have happened for our relationship,
Hmm.
because first of all, the whole how do you say, our whole dynamic kind of shifted from
Hmm.
like, it's not like we both have our separate things. Like we both have our careers, we both have our hobbies, we both play with different people, like we have friends in common here and there and we do things. um but really having to see each other, being more helpful within, let's say the house, like there's some kind of routine where it's not like, oh yeah, he's gone for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna have to do everything for 2 weeks. So for me it was fine to have somebody actively helping. And for Nathan, I think it was good that he had the first time in his life, I guess, after school, like a routine where he's like, oh yeah, okay, I have to bring out the trash every 2 weeks. Oh, I
I have to
have
bring in the
to.
trash. I gotta walk the dog. I gotta
Exactly.
do this and that.
Exactly.
That's. I bet that was kind of tough for him as well.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it was like, like he doesn't really talk about that, but we're such a great team. Like we're like, especially now with the puppy, like we're like tag teaming super super well.
Hmm.
Everybody helps the other person. We see when the other one is stressed, like we help each other. And again, like it was literally the best thing that happened to our relationship, because we both, I think, learned to appreciate each other more for
Hmm.
seeing each other's hard times. Like for Nathan, don't get me wrong, it was a really hard time for him to not being on tournaments,
Oh
not
yeah.
being competitive, but I supported him as best as I could, and the other way around. So again, for us, first it was the best thing, but I can see how many relationships potentially can break from that, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
because that's when the flaws in
Start to
personalities
show.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. If you sit,
That's the thing because for me it felt like we're so much together. I don't even feel like a couple anymore. I feel like we're roommates.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, as weird as it sounds, because you both work from home. We literally sit 2 meters next to each other. I work, she works. We end the shift. I lean back in my chair, like, you want to do something? I don't feel like it, you know. And you really got to be careful with how it can actually shift,
mm,
because as when you don't look, it's something's not right anymore, you know.
yeah.
But so it made me also realize how much I miss traveling.
Oh
I
yeah.
miss being abroad. I'm that weird person who likes to travel in planes. I'm excited when we go to the airport, even though, and there's people who are like, oh my God, airport, waiting an hour to get into plane, sitting half an hour in the plane before it takes off, da da da. I kind of like that. I don't know why. I'm always excited to do that. That's why thought like, man, I would like to have a job where I have to travel, and on the other hand, I'm like, I don't want to, see my girlfriend every 3 weeks or something for a week or something like
Yeah.
that. So it's kind of weird. A combination would be good, but I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, how did the pandemic affect me? It was more negative than it was positive. I'm gonna say it like this.
Mm.
So
But
yeah.
don't you think like it made you see maybe let's say there would have been no pandemic, right? Do you think
Mm.
you would have realized by now that you really want to change, for example, your work? Like, or do you think you would have maybe just like
Mm.
sat there like a few more years? Because the way I see it, right? Like you're
Mhm.
forced to, you can't do anything else but work and sit home, right?
Yeah.
So all you think about is
I mean, you
what do you do
can,
home? Yeah,
but the
of
thing
course,
is,
but
do you? That's another thing.
don't you think
You
it
can.
showed you what you really want to do in a fucked up, twisted way?
In a
But
kind of way, yes. Because if I sit here and I'm like, oh, I could have learned everyday Japanese for an hour at home because I have nothing better to do. Here's the thing: I could have done all those things, but I chose not to because I'm a lazy fuck. And you know what? I love being lazy, even though it's horrible. It's a double-edged sword. Being lazy feels good, and after you've been lazy, it feels horrible.
yeah,
Because I'm here after work. I could pack my backpack and work out and go to the gym or whatever. I choose not to. I choose to eat a fucking fat pizza and play video games all evening. I could have watched something with my girlfriend. Nope, I'm sitting here and at some point in the beginning I didn't care, but now I care more about these things. I value them more. You kind of value time a bit more
yeah.
when you realize you just
Quality
lost 2
time
years.
quality
Yes.
time as well, right?
When you realize you just lost 2 years of your life essentially where you couldn't do quality time, even though you could have. But first I went through shit, so I had this eye opener moment where I'm like, oh man, I feel like this is more worth it than I realized at the beginning. So yeah, tough.
I mean, it's crazy if you think about like all of us lost 2 years of their life in some kind of way, right?
In some kind of way, yes.
But
Even though maybe that's like a how do you say it? Maybe just talk around it, oh my god, I just lost 2 years of my life. To talk
you
around our
use it,
laziness.
you use it as an excuse for
Yeah,
wasting
exactly.
2 years
You
of
use
your
it as
life.
an excuse so you don't realize how much time you actually wasted with doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, like I agree, of course. Like I think it is easy to blame something like COVID, like, oh yeah, I couldn't do anything for 2 years because I could only sit home. But as you say, like you can technically do everything, like whatever it is. But the way, obviously you cannot change the past or what you did or didn't do in those 2 years. But if you look back at it, you did your education to become a speaker, right?
Yes, I did.
And it opened your eyes of like what you don't want to do for the rest of
Exactly.
your life. It also showed you what you could do and what potential you have to what you can do in the future, right? So now it's just about finding a way to use the
Transfer
potential
into that.
they
Yeah.
exactly. And maybe finding like a healthy routine, like it's not, because the thing is like with routines or changing stuff about your life, it's not about like, hey, so today I stop with all the bullshit, I stop eating shit, I start going to a gym, I start learning Japanese 30 minutes every day, and every day I'm gonna create content for 1 hour and stream 3 times a week. Like if you're gonna make changes like this from one day to another, this is what most of the people do, right? They go from like 0 to 100, right? Like they go from doing absolutely nothing to doing everything way too much. They do that for a certain amount of time, they burn out, and then they do nothing again, right? It's the same that I always did. And for me, that is something that I learned in like the last, I don't know, half a year or a year, or technically since we've been in Croatia. That is when I started doing this. That's when I read a book.
Oh, she read a book. Oh shit.
Oh no, we're starting it.
She's smart as hell.
No, but I read a book about like habits and how to train habits and learn habits.
Mhm.
And basically how it's all about to just make small changes, hold that small change for a certain amount of time till it's automatic, and then you start stacking new stuff. So it's
Oh
like
yeah.
habit stacking, or however you want to call it. So like
Mhm.
for example, for me it was like I only walked between 3 and 4,000 steps a day, even though I have
Oh
a
yeah.
dog. So it would be like 2 15, 20-minute walks with my dog every day. And instead of that, I started doing 2 times 35 minutes. Then I did 2 times 45 minutes every day. And now I do that every single day, and it's the most natural thing. And if I don't do it, I already feel like I'm
Oh yeah.
missing something. And I do that
Humans are constructed to do habits.
Exactly.
Like we are basically just habit machines at this point.
Of course.
And I totally get that it ended up for you like that. Unfortunately, because I sit here and play video games all. No, I'm kidding. But I absolutely get that. I had, for example, maybe listeners, viewers can relate to that. You know, when you're like, oh my god, I could have. I'm gonna start with the gym this year because I've not done nothing for 1 year for the last year. That's how
Mm.
I felt, you know. I'm gonna get ripped, dude. I'm gonna have a nice six pack like back in the days. And I absolutely
Overdid it.
I overdid it so hard that I was like, this is the worst thing I've done in my life. I'm gonna give it up immediately. I'm gonna go back to eating pizza and
Yeah.
playing video games. So maybe I'm gonna take that as advice from you to try to do it slowly and not
Yeah,
like
like you don't need to go
people
five
want changes immediately. You know?
instant changes. Exactly. That's what I learned that from Laura a lot as well. Laura helped me so much with that, with being like, like when I started working out with her and like tracking my food and whatever. Like for me,
Mhm.
I'm so used to doing those changes within 3 months. Like I want to go from within 3 months from being a fat blob to being a skinny legend, right? And if I don't have it within 3 months, I don't want it. It's like
Yeah.
I want it now. I don't want
Exactly.
I don't want to work 1 year to look like that, even though that's like the healthy, sustainable way, right? I'm not interested in that. I wanted it in 3 months. And like Laura really helps me with, you know, taking
Oh
it
yeah.
by pace. Like first, like for example, when I started with her, she was like, first you track for a week. You're not gonna work out, you're not gonna change your diet, you first just tracking what are you eating every day, so we know what is the starting point, right? But in this point I was like, I'm ready to start. I want to fucking, I don't know, work out 3 times a week, and I want to eat healthy, and I want to get all the
I'm ready
protein.
to be a skinny bitch.
Yes, mom, make me a beast. I want to be strong. No, but you know
I
that.
thought you're gonna say, "Mom, make me your bitch."
Mom, make me a bitch. Mommy, Laura, make me a. No, So, but that's the thing, like just doing it slowly, then starting to work out once a week. And for you, if it's just like, I don't know, going to work once a week, like you don't have to, or whatever it is, or I don't
Mm.
know, joining us girls on Mondays for our workouts and getting your ass
I'd
kicked by
rather not.
Laura.
I prefer watching.
Understandable. I'd watch Nita from behind all the time as well.
Little do you know.
You're just sitting there at the door looking through the little keyhole. I mean, like,
Exactly. I'm like, it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, but I'm all out of gum.
exactly. That.
Exactly. Oh
No,
my god, that was
but
weird. Okay.
I believe in you. You can
All
do
right.
this.
I
So-
believe in myself.
so-
And you believe in yourself as well, listener.
I do. We all do. So Zazu,
Exactly.
what is your small habit that you want to start? Let's hold you accountable. Do you have an
All
idea?
right, I'm gonna stop smoking.
What? Actually?
You know why? Actually, not because of the health, because I can't afford it anymore.
Actually? Are you actually
Actually.
going to start stop
Yeah.
smoking? When are you going to
Yeah.
stop? Right now?
Tonight.
Was it
No, tomorrow.
tomorrow? Okay.
One last, I swear. No,
One last.
honestly, last one, I swear. No, actually, it's I wouldn't give a fuck about the health thing because I know I'm doing it to myself. I'm hurting myself. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit. I just can't afford it anymore.
How much is a pack of cigarettes right now? I have no idea.
$5.50.
$5.50 for how
10
many?
years ago, I paid for a pack of cigarettes $3.50.
Holy shit! How many are in there? Is it still 20?
20. Yeah. and I smoke around 10 a day. So I need every
10 a
second
day.
day a pack.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I don't even smoke a lot. Like, imagine people who smoke a pack a day.
Yeah, my mom used to smoke like a pack a day.
They
Imagine.
need $300 a month to pay for their cigarettes.
Jesus.
Can you imagine?
It's like the drug addicts almost, you know.
Yeah,
the-
it's like
yeah.
it's totally an addiction. Like I know it's stupid. I
I
don't know
need
why I do it.
muffins.
I just need it,
No,
and I don't know why.
it's an addiction. It's not
yeah,
stupid,
yeah.
and it's a hard thing to overcome.
It is a hard thing to overcome, but I believe.
Damn,
And
I
one day-
believe in you too. So we're gonna have a grumpy Zazu for a few days.
Oh hell
Weeks?
yeah, for months, dude,
Oh,
for
hell yeah.
months.
Listen.
Until we're in Amsterdam, then we're gonna hit it.
No, we're gonna just eat cake.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, just a
beautiful
cake.
coffee and cake.
Yeah, coffee and cake, exactly.
Coffee and cake.
You know what? For each, okay, I have an idea. For each, 2 weeks that you don't smoke,
Mhm.
I pay Pizza Friday. So every second Pizza Friday is on me. For that
You know what
don't
happened
smoke.
the last time? You know what happened the last time when I stopped smoking? I gained 9 kilos.
So what? It doesn't
I was
matter.
chubby boy. I'm gonna be
It's
like, I
fine.
mean, I'm not to run. I'm not able to run now. I won't be able to fucking walk when I do this.
Listen,
But it's fine. I'm
listen,
gonna
listen.
try.
Listen, you think long term. So let's say
Yeah.
you stop smoking now. That's your first habit.
Mhm.
It's gonna take like, I don't know, 2-3 months till you're used to not smoking. Till then, you might be 9 kilos heavier. And then your next habit is gonna be that you, I don't know,
Working out. Oh my
Once
god.
a
I'm
week.
gonna be Hercules.
once a week you do something for your body
Mhm.
for half an hour. And
Eating.
then exactly training those
the
jawbones,
double
right?
chinners.
No, but I'm really proud of you for trying. Damn.
I will. Yeah. You know, it is how it is. It is
Not
how it
trying,
is.
for quitting.
Yes, exactly. There you have it.
We
There you
got
have
him.
it.
But
Beautiful.
yeah. One last question, Zazu.
Okay.
Oh,
hit
that's
me,
a
hit
hard
me.
one. That's a hard one.
Oh.
Okay. I
I'm
can't
gonna try.
finish.
Okay.
I can't finish this episode without this question. Zazu.
Okay.
Top 3 favorite games of all time.
You know what? I knew that this will happen. I
You're
knew
prepared?
that somebody will ask this question. I didn't prepare, but I did Google greatest games of all time just to look at the list. I'm not even kidding you. When I open my Google Chrome right now on my phone, there is literally Metacritics open with games. I am not even kidding you because I was like, what would I need to refresh my mind.
Mhm.
And, you know, I came to the conclusion
Mhm.
that there's a lot of good fucking games out there.
That's true. Should we do top
So-
5 then?
Let's do, dude, that's so tough. But, you know, obviously it's personal preference.
Of course.
So
We're not
do we-
judging.
no,
Judgment free
do
zone.
we go personal preference or do we actually think
Personal.
what are the great?
Personal.
Personal?
Fully personal. We don't care about other people, Zazu. You're the most important person in your life.
Oh my god.
After Nita.
Okay. Let me think. Okay, I think it
Okay.
is. I think. Look, we go from bottom to top, right?
Third. Okay. Top 3. Top 5. What do you want to
Top
do?
5. Okay. Fuck. Hold on. I gotta look at the list and then hold the phone. Okay.
Holding.
Okay.
Holding. Okay.
I'm gonna say my number 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I connect a lot of good memories with this game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it should be in everyone's top 10 if you have
Mhm.
played it. I think my top 5 game is Super Mario 64
Fair.
on the Nintendo 64.
100%. Dude, I
I
have the
played this
adapter.
game.
I have the adapter now for my flat screen. Next time we can play.
Jesus, man.
Because
yeah.
the thingy didn't work for the flat screens anymore, you know? I have an
Exactly.
adapter now for HDMI. We can play it all day long. Okay, yeah.
But
5?
Super Mario 64, dude, I played hundreds of hours with my brother. I remember being a small boy
Everybody-
sitting on a
everybody
cushion on the
did.
floor next to my brother, and we were like trying to figure out these 120 stars. It was
Mhm.
just bonkers. So I feel like this game, if you have played it and you didn't enjoy it, you're weird. But personal games, dude, there has to be one of them in there, and I guess my top 4 game is. Hold on, I gotta think which one is more important to me. I think that my number 4 is Half-Life 2.
Okay.
Because it was so revolutionary, and I couldn't believe my eyes the first time I played it. I was like, it can be done better. You know, when Half-Life came out, or the Orange Box came out, everyone was like, this is incredible. This is the next shit, dude. And when I played Half-Life 2, I loved that game from the beginning to the end. I loved it. It was creepy.
Never played it.
That's fine. That's fine. You didn't play games back then, but that's okay. It was creepy. It was so atmospheric. It was just incredible. Everything about it was incredible. When you saw the first time the graphics back in the day, you're like, holy shit, this is like the most beautiful game ever. And I had that feeling with Oblivion as well. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion. When I played Oblivion the first time, I was like, this game is nuts, dude. And then you look now at fucking, I don't know, incredible looking games. But yeah, I would say Half-Life 2 is my number 4. I don't want to exaggerate too long here. I'm going to go down the list. A lot of these games are nostalgia based, I feel like.
Yeah. Romanticizing the past.
Exactly. And I think my number 3 would be, because I played so much of it. Dude, there's a lot of games that could go into the top 3, okay? But I'm just going right now from the feeling that I have, okay?
Do it.
I feel like my number 3 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
I'll allow it. 2 or the first one?
The first 2 ones. The
Both?
first one and the second one. Yes.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
They had the most incredible music. Literally, I listen to the music that I listen right now because of these 2 games.
Yes.
I grew up listening to grunge and punk rock because of those 2 games.
Yep.
I played on the on the Nintendo 64. I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1. That's when I first heard fucking Bad Religion and Superman from Goldfinger, and then the second one, Rage Against the Machine, Rise Against, No FX, all that stuff. I'm like, holy shit, dude, this is incredible. So that's the point.
You can put a playlist on from those 2 games right now, and you will still enjoy it.
Of course, I still listen to those songs after all these years, and it would probably be the biggest flashback ever. But yeah, but I also want to give number 3 to another gaming series, which I enjoyed a lot throughout my life, because I just need one more place in there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna share Tony Hawk's with The Legend of Zelda.
Fair.
Doesn't matter. My personal favorite are Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess. I love those 2 games so fucking much. I was scared like a fuckboy when I was a tiny boy. I shit my pants in Ocarina of Time 20 times a day. I cried because I couldn't do something, or I was just scared because of the skeletons in the graveyard. People who played it will know what I mean. But yeah, Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, or Twilight Princess. I love those games. Number 2. And I don't want to give it to one. I want to give it to the whole thing. I'm gonna say any From Software game, like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, Soul games, like original Soul games. I am gonna give it number 2 to them. I fucking love them. Elden Ring is, in my opinion, a top 10 game of all time.
Yeah,
like that's. I paid $60 for that game. I paid $60. I played for almost 200 hours. Jesus. Without any DLC shit, without any microtransaction shit, without any fucking, oh my god, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just, here's the game, play it until you fucking can't anymore, and I did. I played almost 200 hours, and I fucking loved it. Every single moment of it.
You played the 200 hours within a week. 1.5.
Not in a week, but I played a lot in the first week.
Yeah.
I think I played almost 100 hours in the first week.
Jesus.
Which is a lot. So, yeah. But I would, Souls games in general, place 2.
Oh, no, I'm
interested.
Now, oof.
I think you might know the answer already.
Is it an FPS game?
No.
What?
It's World of Warcraft.
Actually?
It's World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I connect so much to that game. I connect everything to it. Like friends that I still have. achievements that it's just everything. When I played that game for the first time as a 12-year-old fucker, I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm a little dwarf. I'm running for Lokomo Dan, and the next land, I don't even know what's behind there. And I gotta say, World of Warcraft, I have the most hours in it by far from any game. I played almost every expansion. It is by far my favorite game of all time, and it probably always will be, even though it went down like in the last few years. There will not be a moment where I don't love World of Warcraft.
What's your favorite expansion?
Wrath of the Lich King.
Oh yes, that's what I wanted to hear. Exactly,
hey, brother.
Okay. One last question, then we're really done.
Right. Okay.
That's a hard one for you.
Okay.
Your favorite Lord of the Rings quote?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Or like voice line or whatever.
Bro, there is so many good ones. How can you do this to me? That is not possible, man.
Top 3?
Dude, there's so many good ones. There is literally one where I still cry.
Which one?
I am not even... Dude, I can't.
Nita, we need tissues!
No, but for reals, top 3 are literally the best one. That hits different.
If you can, the best one, then do the best one.
That is okay, you gotta ask it differently, because the best one
the best
is
scene or whatever. How do you want to phrase it? You phrase it.
I don't know, the most
influential
important one to me, or the best scene, the best line in the movies, or that is so debatable. But okay, I'm gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna give you a top. Actually, I'm gonna categorize it. I'm gonna say the best scene in the movie is obviously, if anyone says anything else, you're fucking banned. The best scene in Lord of the Rings, which still gives me goosebumps to this day, and I every time turn the volume to 200%, is the Ride of the Rohirrim in front of Minas Tirith, when fucking Theoden and the Rohirrim arrives at Minas Tirith, and they fucking go in and massacre those motherfuckers, and when the violin sets in, it's just crazy. Okay, that's the best scene in the fucking movie. Don't at me. My favorite quote in the movie is, I think, you probably don't even know what I'm talking about.
What?
Anyway, still, I'm talking to the people at home. The best scene in Lord of the Rings is when Gandalf tells Pippin the few sentences about death. I feel like that is the best quotes in the movie. I'm gonna try to find it. Hold on, just to read it to you. Okay.
Holding. Read it to me.
Okay. Hold on. I got it.
Holding. He got it, ladies and gentlemen.
I got it in a second. Okay, get the tissues.
Okay, I'm getting the tissues. I got the tissue.
Holding. Actually, no, okay. I'm gonna read it after I find it. Okay, but my favorite, my personal favorite, where I still every time I watch it, I can't help but to shed a manly tear. Okay.
Very manly tear.
A very manly tear. That is when the hobbits are at the crowning of Aragorn, and he goes for the people, after he kissed Eowyn, and then the 4 hobbits are standing there and they bow, and he says, "My friends, you bow to no one." And then the music hits, and everybody starts fucking losing their shit, and I lose it as well. So that is the best fucking scene, and my favorite. Even I
remember that scene.
That is. Oh yeah, and now the most beautiful quote, I think, and the best quote in the movie is when Pippin says, "I didn't think it would end this way," and Gandalf says, "And no, the journey doesn't end here. Death is just another path, one that we all must take. The gray rain curtain of this world rolls back, and all turns to silver. Plains, I think plains, yeah. Glass, and then you see it. What, Gandalf? See what? White shores, and beyond a far green country under a swift sunrise. Well, that isn't too bad." That is the best fucking... That is just awesome. So yeah.
Cute. I mean, to be honest, like the movies and the books are incredible. Like,
there
I
will
think
nothing
there's
ever
never
be
gonna
in
be,
this world who's
yeah.
gonna be something better than Lord of the Rings.
You know what? You made me want to rewatch it. I'm gonna rewatch it.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch all 3 tonight.
Let's go. Yeah, but I think that was a really, really nice talk. I really enjoyed this,
for
Zazu.
talking to me.
Thanks,
I
Susan.
appreciate it. We needed this talk.
Yeah.
You know, we never
Honestly,
sat down and talked.
no, I don't think so. I think
I
think
mean,
we're
maybe,
actually
yeah, but
yeah. I mean, a little bit like in Croatia stuff. We went on holidays together. Like,
or when you visited us, we also talked about.
Oh, yeah,
this was a
true.
proper talk between you and me.
yeah, we were sober.
True, we're not.
we were
know?
sober for once. we were drunk like the last 2 times. Even though I
Yeah.
never drink, but the last 2 times
You
we
were still
kind of-
drunk.
I was still drunk. But yeah, thank you. I really enjoyed that. I hope
Thank
our
you for having me. I hope
was-
I represented Stefie well.
Oh, 100%. You did great.
I hope she's proud.
I think she's gonna be really proud. I think she's really gonna enjoy this. I think we want to have you maybe on a talk together again, maybe like a
Damn.
little
Alright.
triple action if you ever want to. For all
Sure.
the listeners, again, a short reminder: if you want to find Zazu on Twitch, his name is Untalented. Again, if you want to see his social media links, we're gonna be linking everything in the description box of the YouTube video of this episode. It's episode 17, Derps and Burps on YouTube if you want to search it. And
Or on
yeah.
Spotify.
on Spotify. Thank you very much
Exactly.
for being here. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We wish
Thank
you a
you so
beautiful
much.
rest
Appreciate
of your
it.
day.
Shout outs. See ya, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Derps and Burps podcast.
If you enjoyed it, make sure to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, Twitter, or Instagram at derps'nburps. See you online.